What's up? What's up? We're live with Sunday broadcast right now. I'm Keith Kelfis. This is James Kabot. We made it through the snow apocalypse. Let me know if you got like a foot of snow over the past week. Because
I got a foot of snow.
You did?
Yeah, there was literally in Bruce. There was a foot of snow. I mean, you stepped out.
A foot of snow.
Yeah.
All right, so we got like maybe 8 inches.
You got like 4 inches, 5 inches down here.
No, we got like.
They said, but I mean, the plowers really said it was more like 4 or 5 people that were plowing snow.
It's the drifts, though.
Yeah.
So you got like a foot of snow.
Oh, it was deep out there.
Do you do your own snow or someone else?
I had somebody come and do my driveway.
Good for you. Who here does snow, plows snow?
I feel you. I feel for you. Those were the days.
Yeah, I plowed snow for years, and that part of your brain that gets a little bit less good, like every time you don't get sleep for days on end.
Or if you go like 2 days in a row, you're like becoming delusional now.
Yes, I was gone for like 3 to 5 days at a time plowing snow, and to the point where it just broke something inside of me, and maybe I'll go back in the snow in the future. Can we hear right now? All right, we're live. Let me make sure we have audio. What's the name of the Psalms?
Which one is the script I got today is 11:25. Proverbs 11:25. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and whoever waters himself will be watered.
Say that one more time because I was checking the audio.
Yeah. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and the one who waters himself will be watered.
Whoever brings blessing will be enriched. What does that mean to you?
Bringing blessing to others. I would say that's what I would interpret it to be. Bringing blessings, enriching others, fulfilling others, pouring into others. So it's basically, I think in the second part too, is like saying like watering yourself, and as you pour into yourself, you'll pour into others as your cup overflows. So like in a relationship, you water each other. Like you and your wife water each other and you help each other grow.
Dude, I had a huge insight last night, and it was about encouragement. I'm kind of appalled when I look on Facebook and on social media. It's more so Facebook specifically. I don't know what it is about the demographic, but a lot of people are criticizing each other. And like somebody will post something that they're trying to do or they're working on or trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
People will just try to find things they don't like and complain and say bad things. And instead of like, what about a world, the reciprocal, that is a world where people are building each other up, encouraging each other, people that are total strangers that they don't know, being like, congratulations, you got this. Wow, look how far you've come, man. Keep going. You got this. Like, what is going on, man? So being a blessing to other people, I'm thinking of what is the opposite of that, to be aware of and cut all that stuff out and say, how do you see that? But how are you doing that in yourself? And can you do the opposite? Because when I think of blessing, the first thing you think of is like, oh, donate money to the homeless and give to the Cancer Foundation and help other people.
Instead, you could become a blessing by just helping somebody else that's in need around you. Within your family, within your friend group, within your associates. Be the light for the others who don't have light. Be the encouragement for those who are not encouraged. Motivate people who have no motivation. I mean, there's many ways to give to others and pour into others and fulfill others. And I feel like as you fulfill within yourself and you fulfill others, you're bringing yourself closer to God. As you become more aware of yourself, you find God.
What's next in the...
like on the script? We'll read the whole thing.
Yeah, I want you to read that. That's good.
Okay, so it starts at 11. So it's 11:1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, and just a weight is his delight. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humble is wisdom. The integrity of upright guides them, but the crookedness of the treacherous destroys them. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the blameless keeps his way straight, but the wicked falls by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright delivers them, but the treacherous takes them captive by their lust. When the wicked dies, his hope will perish, and the expectation of wealth perishes too. The righteousness is delivered from trouble, and the wicked walks into it instead. With his mouth the godless man would destroy his neighbor, but by knowledge the righteous are delivered. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there are shouts of gladness. By the blessing of the upright, a city is exalted, but by the mouth of the wicked, it is overthrown. Whoever belittles his neighbor lacks sense, but a man of understanding remains silent. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing covered. Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in abundance of counselors there is safety. Whoever puts up security for a stranger will surely suffer harm, but he who hates striking his hands in pledge is secure. A gracious woman gets honor, and a violent man gets riches. A man who is kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. The wicked earns deceptive wages, but one who sows righteousness gets a sure reward. Whoever is steadfast in righteousness will live, but he who pursues evil will die. Those of a crooked heart are abomination to the Lord, but those who blameless ways are his delight. Be assured, an evil person will not go unpunished, but the offspring of the righteousness will be delivered. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman without discretion. The desire of the righteous ends only in good. The expectation of the wicked in wrath. One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and the one who waters himself will be watered. The people who curse and holds back grain, but a blessing is on the head of him who sells it. Whoever diligently seeks good seeks favor, but evil comes to him who searches for it. Whoever trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteousness will flourish like a green leaf. Whoever troubles his own household will inherit the wind, and the fool will be a servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of righteousness is a tree of life, and whoever captures souls is wise. If righteousness is repaid on earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner? That's a lot. So basically, I mean, it did touch on what you were saying about your neighbor, being wicked to your neighbor. So I feel that we should treat everyone
about my neighbor. But you're saying with the neighbor.
Yeah, it was on here as a neighbor. But I mean, you should treat everyone as they're your neighbor. You should treat everyone like they're your brother, regardless if they're a complete stranger.
Because we are neighbors.
We're all one. We're made of man, God's man. We're all one. We're all created together. So why would you treat somebody differently? That's somebody's sister. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's husband. Why would you want somebody to treat your family member that way? No. You should treat them out of kindness, out of love, out of compassion. If the world did all that, it would be a much different place. The world's full of abundance, full of love, if we proclaim it and we, reflect it.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
That's how we change the narrative.
So being a blessing is you raising the necessity and bringing to light even what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
You're drawing clarity and creating awareness, drawing it from the word.
Yeah. Just being speakers and doers of the word.
I study from the book Cosmic Consciousness by Ken Wilber. He also wrote the book The 1, 2, 3 of God. And he talks about there's these different stages of consciousness. But first is egocentric, where it's me, 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 I, me, my. The small I, like you just, everything is all about you. And the second, from egocentric, the next step is ethnocentric, where you start to consider us. Like we, the tribe, we have to take care of each other. Like you see in us and a we. And the next step is world-centric, where your consciousness considers the entire world at large. And then there's obviously the next step is not so obvious. It's called cosmic-centric, where you're thinking
universal.
About the universe. Like that's beyond Elon Musk, Einstein,
What's God consciousness?
God consciousness.
Well, there's a God consciousness, which is all things, because God created all things.
So how does somebody get out of the I, me, my, and be a blessing to other people and transform and transcend their consciousness where they break through out of the old paradigm? To me, I believe I study neuroscience, and I think that when we say old paradigm, there's actual physical things going on. The amygdala is firing. People are in fight or flight mode. They've developed this biology and these belief systems. It becomes an infrastructure that holds them in a specific pattern where they live and walk through life in this quantum etheric soup from a certain paradigm. And then it becomes so strong and rigid that they don't know how to break through. So they don't even know how to become a blessing to other people because they're just saying, where's my blessing? Well, how do you transcend and cross that and tilt the fulcrum to the other side?
I think a way to change the narrative on that would be first to create the new life that you want. You have to destroy the old life. So you have to completely get rid of all the old programming, the old beliefs, all the old to create new. It's called creative destruction. Because you can't create the new life when you're holding on to the old life. And then get closer to God, pray with God, ask God to reveal himself to you, and as you become enlightened in that, you'll find God. As you draw near to God, God's going to draw near to you. And you start getting in that God consciousness.
I have an example of creative destruction. Okay. If somebody wants to stop eating junk food and get on a healthy diet, and they want to, I don't know, lose some weight and whatever, turn their diet around, right?
Okay.
Tony Robbins talks about this. He says, and I'm also pulling from David R. Hawkins' Power versus Force and the different calibrations of. So if you're stagnant and you're in apathy or fear, in order to get the vibration to the next step to the point where you can become a blessing, which is a way higher vibration, it's totally doable, but you have to generate some type of motion and emotion and even get angry, then go from to get out of apathy. He says, Tony Robbins basically says, like, this is the last time, go through the house and all the cabinets and grab like the ho-hos and Twinkies and the King Dongs and the treats and the potato chips. And he says, do a ritual where you stand over the garbage can as you're throwing it in the garbage can and flushing it down the toilet, like yelling and getting amped up, and make it this huge thing that I will never allow sweets and cupcakes and pastries in this house ever again. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But that generates this type of like righteous anger and this feeling that next thing you know, you're in that vibration, you've broken through, and then that eventually just becomes a habit. But now we're talking about a higher level, which is compassion. Like, this is beyond sympathy, beyond empathy. It's compassion.
Love. It's having love for others. It's a love frequency. As you begin to have love for others, you attract other good things to you.
Can you have love for others if you hate yourself?
No. You can't pour from an empty cup. It says, you know, in the Bible that you should have a cup that fulfills and then overflows, and then you'll overflow onto others. So you have to fill yourself up with the Holy Spirit and with God, live in a godly way, and then as you build yourself up, you'll build others up, and you'll become a blessing to others. It says, be faithful to few, and then I will put you in charge of many. So start where you're at now, be faithful with what you have, be grateful for what you have, and know that your blessing's coming, and whatever prayers that haven't been heard yet are on their way.
So what I'm picking up now is let go, cut. You have to decide and cut the old negative, loose energies, even if they're bad attitudes and behaviors and feelings of like, so like there's this terminology in neurolinguistic programming. If there's a beach ball and you're holding it underneath the water, like you're in a pool, right? And this thing, you're holding it down, you're like, and you're fighting to hold this thing down. And finally you get tired and you let go and you give up and you let go of the beach ball. What does it do? It pops up to the surface and now it's buoyant. Why? Because that's its natural state. But to hold something to be angry, upset, and to be in scarcity actually takes a lot of energy. Like you do fighting, and you're gonna test out for your black belt.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And you're before the broadcast here, he was showing me some boxing moves, and it's a little intimidating. This dude's spinning around and throwing elbows right up inch from my face. I'm ready to fight, bro. And he's good. And I said, so you're going to be a black belt, and you do fighting, and you're super excited about this, and that's awesome. I said, but do you experience anger? And you said,
no.
Why? What do you experience?
My experience, like I stay in a calm state of mind, and especially in Taekwondo, we're supposed to stay calm at all times, avoid conflict. If you can walk away from a situation, walk away. I just experience love. I just have love for others. So, I mean, yeah, I might be inflicting pain on someone, but I don't know. It's not that I'm doing it out of harm. It's more of sportsmanship than anger.
It's a whole new level.
Yeah, it's a sport. It's compete. I mean,
okay, so what about an entrepreneurship if you want to be?
It's a sport. Entrepreneurship's a sport.
Let's say
we're playing a game. So why would you play a game like rookie when you could play like an NFL player? But to touch back on what you were saying, how to get rid of all the anger and bitterness and stuff, there's a scripture in the Bible. It says, get rid of all anger, bitterness, and slander. I'll pull it up. Yep, it's Ephesians 4:31. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. So that's how you create the new life. Anything you want in life, the Bible has it in there. So if you want to look up how to get rid of being angry, how to get rid of anxiety, how to become successful, how to manage a house, everything's in there. So go back to the word for what you're seeking, find a few scriptures, use them every day, and stay in the faith.
Simple.
You just gave me a thing. How do you do it? We just looked it up. It's right there. It's at our fingertips. We're in the generation of information. There's no reason why that we shouldn't know about God more. We shouldn't be spreading the word. We shouldn't be helping people to seek the word and become more like the kingdom.
So I come to another thing now. Sometimes you say, here's exactly what you do. That's it. That's the answer. And then some people might be like, yeah, but I'm stuck in this thing and I can't just go do it but you're saying, and this is also scripture, go do it. And then, because you might not fully get it, but you will find yourself when you're putting one foot in front of the other, that it'll just, this is how this works. You got to go out and take the action.
And having faith. You got to have faith in what you're doing. You got to have faith that God's going to show up in whatever you're doing if it's in the right cause. I mean, God opens and closes doors. He kills and brings life. So.
Fake it till you make it, says Jason Freeman. What's up, everybody? We see all your comments here.
Oh, we got a bunch of comments on here.
This has got to be the 6th Sunday broadcast. I've got people messaging me saying they're tuning in and watching on Sundays. We're on Facebook at Keith Kelfis. This is also getting shared on James Cabot's Facebook. We're on the I Am Ability YouTube channel, which is my YouTube channel. We're on Twitch. I think we're on Twitter. So LinkedIn. What's up?
Yep. Reaching. So I wouldn't say fake it till you make it. That doesn't stand on what the word says. The word says be rooted in the word, follow Christ, be like Christ, and do more things than Christ. There's a power in us that we have that changes the realm that we live in. And we've been so discombobulated by the 9 to 5, go to school, get a job, support a household, that where people are working so hard for the inheritance that they've already been promised. Like it says directly in the Bible that you're promised. But it also says that we are what do you call it? It also says that we also, God's people, lack for knowledge. Not anybody else, but we perish for knowledge. So it's up to us to keep spreading and keep becoming more into our spirituality and our relationship with Christ every day. Like that's the key, is just staying rooted with people that are going to help you, fulfill you. And if people who take away energy, get rid of those people. Get rid of the people who are speaking curses over you. Because, there are negative forces too. It's a negative and a positive.
I was reading the Bible, and there's parts where Jesus will go like right into the danger zone and just heal people.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we can heal people.
That's a super high level of compassion. That's the next step. Like imagine if the reason I'm saying that is because if you want to be a blessing to other people, think about people that you love that might have an alcohol addiction or a drug addiction, or they're going through something really tough. And sometimes those people can have a toxicity about them where you're like, whoa, it takes a lot of energy. It's very draining to deal with them if they don't want to help themselves. So it was interesting to me how Christ would go directly into a situation from a place of that unconditional love and serving. It's a vibration so high, I can't relate to it yet. He could just go right in and boom and heal that person from absolute faith.
That's complete belief.
Complete belief. Has anybody here ever had a time in their life where you just had 100% faith and it was done just because there was no room for doubt?
Yeah, you just have to completely believe. That's Christ consciousness, like we were talking about earlier. Being in that higher consciousness, that higher vibration, full of love, compassion. No, you can heal people. You can definitely heal people. God gave us the powers to heal people. It's within us. God with us. See, I think there's a divide in the Christianity culture right now between how God moves, how God works, and where God is. And where God is within us. God works to and through us, and the power is within us.
Well, he said you can do all that I've done and even greater things.
Yeah, because he's going to the Father. It's in the Word. But see, there's a lot of preaching on Christ and through the church through these new days where the church has been manipulated through government and different objectives to hold people, or there's a small box thinking where God or Christ, they thought outside of the norm, and those people were prisoners. Like look at the apostles, they were prisoners. They were, today would be quote unquote felons. They broke the law. So that fight, so now we're fighting against what we've been taught, and what is really true is in the Word and not of man. So getting rid of all of the old beliefs and becoming in new, staying in your love vibration, staying rooted in the Word, and you can do a lot of things. You're way more powerful than you can ever imagine. But we've been so disillusioned by day-to-day things that we've been taken out of that realm, and people look at you like you're crazy because a normal person wouldn't be able to understand. Like this person said, I had 100% cancer and whatever. Like if you have an illness or an ailment, it starts also in the subconscious mind to believe that you can be healed. then that's what I was saying, getting rid of the old programming. You've been subconsciously programmed to think what you think. And is that really of God? If all things are possible through Christ, then why can't you do what you want and be done? Why can't it be done? Because we were subconsciously programmed to think that we can't. You can do anything. You can go anywhere. You can do anything you want to do. If it makes sense, if it's in God's divine power, he'll make it happen. The power is within you. Like Jesus came down, that's when God became man. He came from the right hand of the Father. Jesus was already proclaimed 1,000 years before people knew. When Jesus came, that's when they came. People left everything they were doing to come see Jesus. And through that power, he rose again, and he came down to give us power. The power is within you to change what you want to change in your life. It's not up to anybody else but you and God.
Something's happening to me right now. When I just relax my ego and just receive and get rid of the mental chatter and just accept, it's so true and so real to me. It's more real than like anything else. It's like you have to like,
because when it says in the Bible, when you hear the word and you hear the truth, you know it's the truth because it's absolutely the truth.
And truth is like a compass. It vibrates.
You'll feel God when you get close and you become aware. You'll get aware with God.
What is my Aunt Ruthie's on here?
Oh, nice
profile pic, Aunt Ruthie. She just bust out laughing. I heard her. We're psychically connected. It is. His power is definitely within us, and it only takes us to reach that vibration within ourselves. I've healed a few people, including myself, and the power and vibration that runs through me while doing it is amazing. We have so much more power than we know.
100%. God is, he says we're infinite. He's more than we can ever imagine.
Wow. That's amazing. Jason Freeman.
Yeah, it's very real.
Wow.
I mean, Jesus rose people from the dead. He healed people with leprosy. There's definitely a power that's way bigger than we could ever imagine. But see, if we're stuck in this COVID, we're stuck in this
settle down with the keywords, the algorithm is listening.
Well, we don't care about algorithms here. If we stay within that realm of like constantly suppressed or depression, it's not the life God gave us to live. Like, we weren't meant to be suppressed. We weren't meant to live off the government. We weren't meant to have this. We were meant to have so much more. And so why would we let a simple thing overthrow us? Like, at one point, I was sitting in the sauna one day and there was just people talking about the virus versus God. And a lot of these people are Christians. And it almost questions you to think, are these people serving this virus or are we serving God? Do we serve a God that is greater than this, or do we serve a God that is not greater than that? Do they believe that God moves? Do they believe that God heals? Do they believe it? It kind of questions to where society, is this a ritualistic thing that we just do every Sunday, or is it after today you get this message and you actually go out and you walk it out? Are you stepping out of the boat? Are you like Peter? Are you having absolute conviction that this is God and that we have the power? Or are you like the other 11 disciples that are sitting in the boat and they don't have conviction? They don't know. They're moving. They're not being faithful fully. I feel like a lot of people aren't being faithful fully. And I feel like if you were really moving in the power, a lot of things would change. And it says, when two or more come together, I am there. When two or more come together in agreement, it will be done in my Father's name. So I think as we try to treat others the way we want to be treated and treat them out of love, compassion, kindness, and be a blessing to other people will really change the world. One person at a time. It's really one person at a time.
The question is, how can I be a blessing to somebody else today?
Go out there, tell them the word, pray for them. You already have a testimony. What you've already done in your life is a testimony. Jason has a testimony. Everybody has a testimony. Everybody's gone through things that can help and impact other people and bring a positive light to them. Everybody's having a trial. Everybody goes through a tribulation. So through that, as you remain steadfast, as you have faith, and you keep the faith and you stay the course, that will impact other people. Like what you're doing now is inspiring other people. They tune in. They want to see you. They want to talk to you. They want to get to know you. They're going through the same journey you went through. I mean, I even used to watch you. I used to say, hey, I want to be a landscaper. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, you get inspired. You inspire. And as you become more of a success and a more inspiration, and you stay rooted with the word and you stay helping people on the daily, you're going to impact not only your family, not only your kids' lives, not only your community's lives. As you were saying, you go from an egocentric to what's the world-centric? Ethnocentric, and then world-centric, and then what do we have? Cosmic-centric, and then there could be also infinite-centric, right? Because all
infinite-centric.
Yeah,
that's not part of the centrics.
Well, how do you know that's not part of it?
This guy's inventing centrics right here.
How do you know it's not? See, everything's all possible.
Then there's the 11th density centric.
So
there's
the thing is seeing the unseen. And if you want the impossible to happen, you have to believe in forth that you've already received it to receive your blessing. It says pray with your heart and believe in your heart that you've already received the blessing that you've called for.
You got me fired up. So fired up, I yawned while stretching.
Yeah, everybody should be fired up. When you get in the right state of mind, you'll get fired up. You start doing the right things. It's a tumble effect. It's a snowball effect. It's all snowball. One thing leads to another. It says, like, be faithful over a few, like we said, then I'll put you in charge of many. It's a step-by-step process. And every day your awareness, your faith, everything expands. It's a lifelong journey.
That'd be a good idea for like a little book or a PDF download. 10 things you can do today to be a blessing to others.
Yeah, definitely.
Go on blessanorphan.com. Go give $50 to these orphan kids.
$1.
Anything, even $1.
Yeah, whatever.
Boom, you were a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a homeless shelter and go help out or donate.
There's people in your own family that you could help.
I might donate money here and there, but they'd actually take my time. I'm so selfish with my time.
But this is also giving time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're giving time now by helping others.
Well, I love making videos, so this doesn't feel like work to me.
But see, this is your gift. And your gift will make room for you. So you
stop this already?
So we all have a gift, and whatever you do easily without strain and without struggle, and it's just easy for you, that's your gift. You'll find your gift, and once you find your gift will make room for you. Like me and you could talk all day in here. It's no problem.
No problem.
It's your gift. It's our gift. So if everybody used their gift and went out there and fulfilled the prophecy, we'd have a lot better world.
Tip your wait staff well. That's a blessing to many, says Jason Freeman. Ruth Whitest to bone. Ask with belief, and it is given. As above,
So below. Yep.
We got to get Aunt Ruthie on here.
Oh, yeah.
She can sit right in the middle. Just take over the show.
Perfect. It's already happened.
My Aunt Ruthie is my, what's the word? My godmother.
Oh,
She's my
your
fairy godmother. When I was confirmed, man, Lutheran church, she gave me this little gold ring with a crucifix of Jesus on it, on a ring. And I still got it right now. And like a goofball, I wore it to work, and I jumped off the side of a truck, and I hung because I was jumping. And I go, ah! And the thing ripped open, and my hand was bleeding. So no. Anyways, I should get that fixed and start wearing it again.
Yeah, it'd be sweet.
Thanks, Aunt Ruthie.
That's timeless.
I can call Aunt Ruthie anytime.
See, that's another way to be a blessing to others, is being available for other people.
But my father just called me as we were going live here, and I got to call him back.
But you know what I mean? Like, as like being there, let's say somebody really needs you and you counseling them and showing them the way, like that's definitely being there for somebody. That speaks wonders. Like your $50 is just $50.
It's true.
But you having an impact on somebody is priceless.
I charge $500 an hour for coaching. Well, if it's immersive coaching, but $250 for consultations.
Yeah.
And I coached a guy for free for like an hour yesterday and just poured into him with my whole heart and soul. I was taking notes and just like, and when I got off the call, like I was literally fired up. I was sweating. Like I care so much. I prayed with this guy over the phone and just poured as much blessing into him as I possibly could. And I don't know, I really meant it. But it wasn't completely altruistic because I was also getting, I was surveying and learning at the same time. So if you do something, let's say you do go to the homeless shelter and you're like helping and you're serving dinner and you're doing all this stuff. And you're like, let's say you donate $1,000 and you do all these things like that you think you should do, but you're happy while you're doing it. Is that altruistic?
Like happy doing it?
I think that for some
there's
reason
some people that do things in the world that are just for them, and it is egotistical.
This preconceived
like some people have
that
success.
You have to suffer in order to be a blessing to others. You
don't have to suffer. Well, there's some people though that are like do things out of their own ego. Like they might be successful and have money, but they do it to stroke their ego. Versus you should just do things for love. Like you should just do it without. Like if you help somebody, just do it out of love. Like you ever, like some people they give things and then they like want them back, or like they like just, you should just give and just give more and just live with love, live with compassion. Don't do things out of your own benefit. Just do them for their benefit and to help others. Like it's not so me. Like as you serve others, it'll lead to your success.
What part does that connect to Jesus Christ? Like how can you do it with the intentions of feeling like Jesus in your heart and he's guiding your steps? Like work without faith or faith without works is like, how does that equate to? It's
a daily walk.
So this has nothing to do with like, this sounds horrible what I'm about to say. I'm aware of this. Has nothing to do with like storing brownie points up in heaven.
Everything's counted for. I wouldn't say it's brownie points, but I mean, everything's accounted for. We will face judgment one day.
Oh, dude! I thought of like you get to heaven and Jesus is there, and there's like a big machine and tokens, but tickets are coming up.
I do believe that there is forgiveness, and with what you do and how much of an impact you will have, will also weigh on that. If that makes sense. So, like, look at Paul or Saul. Saul turned into Paul. Paul used to kill people. He used to persecute Christians. So, like we talked about before in the last podcast. So I think that there is some forgiveness, and there is what we do has an impact on how we will be judged. How many people we have brought to Christ or into like the Christ consciousness of the Christ, like as living like a Christian. I think how many souls you gain and how many people you bring will have a greater impact than the smaller stuff.
That's amazing. I was watching Isaiah Saldivar on Facebook Live. If you watch this, dude, you'll be scared into believing in Jesus. You know who that is?
Mm-mm.
And Alexander Pagani. Like, anyways, yeah, you will be straight up terrified and be just terrified. Listen to these guys. And
did they terrify you?
Yeah, I was debating whether or not I should repeat something they said. And you know what? I'm not at the spiritual authority to repeat it, because I'll repeat it from a place that's not rooted properly. So I'm not going to repeat it. But it's just something. He told us a story of a vision, and the vision's so compelling that it'll scare you into. See, even that the word "scare you" is not good to say. Into just giving your whole life to Jesus and just living a godly life, because he talks about like the repercussions, because you said everything is accounted for. I think about that.
Yeah, I mean, there is hellfire. There is the negative force to the equation.
Hellfire.
But I feel like a lot of churches only focus on that, or they only focus on prosperity, or they only focus on one type of preaching. There's a variety of it all.
I want to see what John Davis just said here. What's up, John? John Davin. My dad visited people in prison for years. I am so proud of him. What an example. My sisters go to see people in retirement homes quite often. People are hurting, especially during the pandemic, where they cannot see anyone. So sad. That's an amazing thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Going and seeing. Look how my arms are crossed right now. I'm like, whew.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a blessing helping and going.
But everybody has a different role.
Exactly. Everybody has their own gift.
Everybody has their own gift.
I mean, look at Paul. They built his own tents. He was building tents. There's some people that build.
Thanks,
there's some people that speak. There's some people that sew. There's some people that cook, clean. I mean, everybody has their own role. As we all start playing together on a world or godly consciousness and moved like that and operated like that, we'd have a greater impact together as a community.
That's huge, what you're saying right now.
Because you have a platform, and you're using your platform and your success to proclaim his name and his glory.
Well, we're doing a Sunday broadcast.
But I'm saying as you're more successful and as you proclaim him, the more you'll be blessed.
Yes.
Yeah. Because we weren't meant to be sick, poor, and defeated. Who would follow Christ if he was sick, poor, and defeated? We were meant to be righteous. I mean, it says it right in there. Be a blessing. You'll have righteousness, but use it in God's way, not in your own ego or your own way. Because it says right there, you'll fall.
Steve DeHunt just said, I had to say this multiple times per day. You can be a host to God or a hostage to your ego. The choice is yours. Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Oh, I love Wayne Dyer.
Dude, I've read almost all of Wayne Dyer's books, brainwashed myself, all of his audiobooks.
I remember I was going through a really bad time, and all of a sudden, like, I've been on like the long self-development spiritual process, and out of nowhere, one of his videos had just come up, and I haven't really seen him. And I kind of seen him maybe, but I kind of was just like, whatever. I listened to this video, and it was like, listen to it for 21 days and blah, blah, blah. I swear it was like, it was life-changing.
Is it like the 21 days to transform your life or something?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Wait, 101 ways to transform your
no,
life?
it was 21
Okay.
days. And it was like, it's just a meditation that you listen to at night while you go to sleep.
I met Dr. Wayne. Well, I went to his live event, and then as soon as he was done, everybody was clapping. I ran and jumped on stage and hugged him. He's like, whoa, I thought this is what we had security for. And I had my wife, she was down there. I winked, and then she's taking pictures. He's like, okay. I had the book. He signed it. Yeah.
That sounds something you would do.
That
You
is
just
something.
stormed the stage.
Yeah, I jumped. Dude, my whole life, I wanted to meet Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Yeah.
Before he died, because I knew, and he went to Hawaii. He took the keys to his $1 million condo, all his stuff, all his books. He gave it to his assistant and said, "Do what you want with it. Sell it, get rid of it, donate it all." And he, I think he said donate it all. I don't. But he went to Hawaii and spent the last few years of his life peaceful. I think he wrote like 43 books the last time I checked. From The Power Intention, Wishes Fulfilled, Sky is the Limit, Excuses Be Gone, There's a Spiritual Solution to Every Problem, 101 Ways to Transform Your Life. I just start going off and I was listening to all this stuff, broke, landscaping, and depression. And then I was at a restaurant one time, and the waiter, for some reason, we started talking spiritual stuff, and I go, I love Dr. Wayne Dyer. And then this waiter looked at me. He goes, Dr. Wayne Dyer used to, he said something bad about him that he had learned in the spiritual realm. And then I learned that this dude was into like some witchcraft type stuff. And I was like, no way, that can't be true, what you're telling me about Dr. Wayne Dyer. No way. He's like, dude, it's true. And he was so convicted when he said it, it like messed my whole head up. And I went around for the next like 2 years questioning like about Dr. Wayne Dyer. And then I was thinking, what if that's just like a negative seed that people try to put in their head to take? Because I think about some of the greatest people who have been the most blessing to other people. Well, the enemy will try to discredit them.
Yeah, it's condemnation.
Because
the
think about
devil
this.
tries to do it to you.
Wayne is
tries
gone.
to do it to everyone.
He's not here to defend himself. Right? Seek, kill, and destroy.
Yeah.
The enemy.
That's the enemy. It's a negative force in the equation.
So if you have something that you've done that's such a blessing that it just keeps increasing in blessing, even after you're dead and gone, that's so powerful that the enemies are like, we need to put an end to this thing.
It's a conflict every day. It's a spiritual warfare. There's a negative and a positive force in this. The devil.
That's super refreshing. How you stay out calm? Look at this dude. His hands are at his sides. He's just chilling. I'm all throwing my hands around, getting all fired up. This is a great show.
Yeah. It's perfect. I kept coming across 21-day videos. I need to watch Wayne Dyer. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of great people that have come on earth and have discovered the truth and have revealed it. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have knowledge and have seeked it. And like I was saying earlier, once you learn and you know the truth and you hear the truth, you can discern for what is real and what is of God and what is perfect and what is not.
You develop
understanding.
Discernment.
Yeah, discernment. And you can discern whether that's condemnation from the enemy or whether it's a message from God.
I want to look at the definition of discernment. I've been doing that a lot lately. The ability to judge well in Christian contexts, perception in the absence of judgment with a view to obtaining spiritual guidance and understanding. That's doubt.
That's a sermon.
So what was the scripture again?
The scripture today was
Psalms.
11. It was Proverbs.
Proverbs
11:25.
Proverbs 11:25.
You want me to end it off with it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Go back to my Bible app.
Dude, I had this idea while you're looking for it. all of these recordings that we're doing are all stored.
Yeah.
It could literally be downloaded and then uploaded to a weekly podcast as well, so people can listen to it, and it could be a whole radio
Yeah, we could
show.
be on Spotify. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters himself will be watered. Proverbs 11:25.
Bro, it's going to be on Spotify,
Worldwide.
Apple Podcasts, Anchor FM,
Every
Stitcher,
platform.
SoundCloud, iHeartRadio.
Mm-hmm. Every platform. Bring the word to every platform.
And there's going to be a commercial at the beginning. You're going to pull up in a Lamborghini with sunglasses. And now James Cabot, the Money Magnet, the motivation sensation, bringing motivation to the nation. You smile, and then it goes bing.
Bing.
I'm just playing. It ain't going to be on that. Wait, it could be, though, if it was rooted properly.
100%.
Now on the
It's
news.
motivation sensation. Bringing motivation to the nation.
I just like picking on you, man. I know you got your future's super bright. That's why he's wearing sunglasses. And I know
Always.
that you are destined for great things, and I'm super happy to co-host this with you.
Thank you. You too. You're destined. It was godly divine timing. It's being in the right place at the right time and realizing it. I mean, if you look at how we met.
What, Lifetime Fitness?
We met at Lifetime Fitness. Yep. But I didn't live around Lifetime Fitness. You lived across the street. I used to live at 8 Ryan.
Wow.
And I would drive up there every day to work on myself and to better myself. And I used to watch your videos as I was building up my business. It's all a process. It's all a timely thing.
That was the first video. I met this dude, James Cabot, Lifetime Fitness. I think I ran into you again, and I'm like, dude, let's make a video. The stuff that was coming out of your mouth was so wise for your age. I made a video, and I just let him do most of the talking, just like now. I was like, this is great. Free content. I don't even got to work. Just put the camera in front of him. And then the video went on, and people have seen it. And just that one simple video has gotten so much traction. I mean, I've even had clients in my business say, I saw you because of that video. So think about the power of doing that. Think about you and the power and passion that you have inside of you, that you could make a video. You could start a podcast. You could start a blog article. You can bring your message, you already have a message inside of your heart. You can share it and help and heal and inspire others.
Definitely.
All you got to do is just publish it or do it privately. Maybe you don't have to share it on social media, but be a blessing.
Start with a few. It says be faithful over a few and you will be in charge of many. Be a blessing to others and you'll be blessed. You will be fulfilled. So messages, water each other, help each other, be a blessing to others, make an impact locally, then it'll go globally, and then you'll be international, and one day it'll be cosmic.
Cosmic.
Yep, cosmic impact on the world. Proverbs 11:25. Stay rooted in the word, stay positive, take a great Sunday message, take it out. Next, we got Monday, walk it out.
Bro, you're laid up with a broken hip? For those of you that see this, I don't know if you guys can see the comments yet. I'm sorry, man. That blows.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we wrap up?
No, just stay positive, stay rooted, have a great week. Make this week the best week of your life. And yeah, I mean, treat life like a fight. Go out there, be the champ, be the star in your own movie. You've got a gift, use your gift.
Yeah, reality is comedy just popped in. Where you been, dog? What's up? So, I also want to say before we go, I got the news last night that Bob Proctor.
Yeah, Bob Proctor died. That's sad. That's a great mentor. Great mentor. But it's up to us now to be our own Bob Proctor, to be our own, like you're Keith Kalfas, that's Joshua Davis, that's Dave DeWant, that's Jason Freeman. You guys are your own blessing. You guys are your own star. You are the star in your movie, and you're given a gift and you're giving blessings to be a blessing to other people. So use that, and just become great. Become great in all that you do.
All right, sweet. And until next time, and a couple housekeeping notes, I guess I'll say. We've been doing this every Sunday, and so we'll see you next Sunday. I don't have an exact time because sometimes we have tech issues. We're still dialing it all in. I mean, we got cameras and lights and electronics and stuff all around us. Like, this is